Hey everyone, Demo here, and I'm coming up with our Plexus Sentinel heroic kill that we just had this morning. Give you any tips and tricks and a little bit of a guide on what we did here. So to start the boss, the biggest mechanic is that you have to soak that salvo twice, and normally you only had to soak it once. And so what we did is that we left our healers and our tanks out, and I had anybody that could double soak, making sure that they got into the soak the second time. So as normal, just like on normal that you did, take these to the sides, and the tanks will take the debuffs out to the back. The one thing I want to say is that this boss is definitely no pushover. That's for sure. Those barriers are they one-shot you. We did wipe to this once. We had a few issues, but we soak here, leave the healers out in the tanks, then we get in the second time, and anybody that can do it the second time, like Draktheirs can glide in, Demon Hunters can glide in, so that way we always are covered. But the biggest thing is that the intermission, getting to the other side and the other platform as fast as you can, especially on the second and third rotations, make this boss extremely difficult. I think that on Mythic, I think that's why on day one here, we're still sitting at some guilds have not kind of gotten any further than, I think, 68%. I think that just the check here and figuring out how to get across this as fast as possible is the problem. So on the first set, you really don't have any issues getting across, making sure that you're clean, using your Reshi reps when you can, no issues there, and then getting to it. We One big tip that I'll give people is that we had some people saying, "Well, I went backwards with my Reshi reps." That's because they were pressing S when they pressed their keybind. So one big note, if you have anybody, and I would tell your raiders as well beforehand, I would say, do not hold S, do not press S when you are going to use your Reshi reps. Just plant, just stay still, and then use your extraction button and make sure it's bound, and then you're good to go. That would be pretty much the only thing. I replaced the marker here just to know that, hey, our stack point is green when we want to do our soak. And otherwise, it's just a rinse and repeat. So I'm just going to skip a few steps ahead until we get to the soak. So we soak here. I keep yelling at him right here. I'm like, no, bring that in, bring that in. And I try to make sure that I'm back in on the first one and try to get the second one because I thought maybe the first one might be a little fucked. So, but ended up all right. I'm still fine. It seems like, obviously these phases and these parts, nobody's really going to die. Not much is going on. It's a first boss, but once that intermission is definitely not free, I don't think, in my opinion. So, but yeah, we just keep going through here. Again, losing some people, they took a gateway. We had some gateway bait, bad gateway bait. So that was rough. Double soakers here. Everybody gets back in, and we get through it. So intermission will happen here shortly. I'll go up a little bit, and then you get one final bomb. Making sure that you keep the back of the room completely clean. I think our off tank runs into and maybe has a bad bomb here. We'll see in a second, but we come through here, so we got to move a little bit to the right. But yeah, anything that could get us up further. I don't know, a gateway right now, but I think there's a bad overlap. Anything to get us up further would help, and I'm thinking that on Mythic as well. But easy Reshi wrap here into this. I've seen guilds have a whole wall right here, completely fucking them, but we lose again. We lose people. And if you already look, 325% on the weak aura. He's already increasing 375, 400%. We've lost 4 DPS, 1 healer, 2 healers actually. So, I mean, things get a little sketchy towards the end for us, is we're just losing people in that intermission for, silly reasons, and then we're behind. So, as you can see, the damage starts to ramp up a little bit, 700%, 725. And then on our last intermission that we get, it really ramps up pretty high. So I guess that's my thoughts for Mythic, at least on Heroic. This is what I'm thinking. I'm thinking just how do we get across the platform as quick as possible to get that down, and then also dealing with the ads. So I'll show the salvo one more time. Again, I'm telling the Warlocks at this point we've lost. It looks like 2 of our Warlocks. Yeah, 2 of our Warlocks, and we got 2. So they should be replacing their demonic circles here, and we should be having a double soak happen from classes like that, and making sure that we get everybody in. So, and then I'll skip ahead a little bit. Same thing as before. Double soak and a double soak. We're good. We're getting down to 10%, but again, we've lost 3, 6, 7, 8. We've lost 8 DPS. I mean, so we're way behind. I mean, this boss is dead. We don't even make the next transition. But when you start to lose people, this shit gets out of hand pretty quickly. And so he should have definitely double jumped a lot quicker than that, but that's okay. And again, pushed back super far, trying not to hit any of this. And how do we get up as quick as possible? This would be a great gateway, I think. Possibly. We did have an angle here. We had an angle, so went up this way. And I messed up my rushies, so good thing you're a tank, huh? Yep. And then, here I'm just saying 6% we just got to get through. So, if your guild's at this point too, you just got to take it calm, take it cool. We can see that we have many defensives, externals. So I'm, calling rally, and then I'm starting to call that we should have some AMZs come down here. All personals, hellstones, health pots. We just have to get through this shield and this boss dies. So I think at this point we're 2 healing it. Oh, we're 3 healing. We're still 3 healing, so we're doing fine. So we get the final shield, 950%, 975, 1000% increased damage, no problem. And I was like, all right, we're home. We're home free. We actually got past the first boss. So yeah, we struggle a little bit with this one. But like I said, if you start to lose people early on, you got to have those people live. They got to live. They got to get through that intermission. And they just didn't get enough practice on normal, I don't think. And a couple of them died to going backwards with the Reshi Wraps with the S key. So overall, that's the kill. Again, sloppy from our point, but that's where I know where we made mistakes and where we can improve. So hopefully this guide can kind of help somebody else improve as well. Honestly, I should have told the person just to probably die to this, but if we'd have wiped here, it would have been quite tragic. And I don't want to end the video too early just because just make sure that we see the final traumatic 5-man at the end with the DKs. Their raid buff of living all the time. So awesome. Great job. And yeah, hopefully this helps. And give it a like and subscribe, and I'll catch you in the next one.